What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Fix XX, the channel where we take a hard look at games and ask the most important question of all. Does it suck? Today, we're diving into the Solasta 2 demo, the follow-up to Solasta, Crown of the Magister, a game that earned a cult following by doing something very specific, translating tabletop Dungeons & Dragons into a faithful CRPG experience. Now Solasta 2 promises bigger ambitions, better presentation, and deeper systems. But does this demo prove Tactical Adventures has leveled up? Or are we just rolling another critical miss? Let's find out. Right out of the gate, Solasta 2 feels like a noticeable step forward. The visuals are cleaner, character models are improved, and environments finally feel less like rigid game boards and more like lived-in fantasy spaces. Lighting in particular stands out. Torches, spells, and environmental effects do a lot of heavy lifting here, creating atmosphere that the original game struggled to maintain consistently. This is still not a AAA production, but it no longer feels bargain bin either. And that's a big win. Performance in the demo is solid. No major crashes, no game-breaking bugs, and only minor hiccups that you'd expect from a demo build. So far, so good. Combat remains the heart of Solasta, and thankfully, it's still excellent. Turn-based encounters are tactical, deliberate, and deeply rooted in tabletop rules. Positioning matters. Elevation matters. Lighting matters. The demo does a great job showcasing verticality. Characters climbing, jumping, and using terrain in ways that actually affect combat outcomes. This is where Solasta continues to differentiate itself from competitors like Baldur's Gate 3. It's less cinematic, but more mechanically pure. Enemy encounters are well designed, forcing you to think rather than spam abilities. There's a satisfying rhythm to battles that rewards planning and punishes careless decisions. Role-playing is noticeably expanded in Solasta 2. Dialogue options feel more reactive, and character backgrounds appear to influence conversations more naturally than before. While voice acting is still somewhat uneven, it's improved enough that it doesn't pull you out of the experience. The writing isn't trying to reinvent fantasy storytelling, but it's competent, coherent, and respectful of player choice, which is exactly what this type of RPG needs. Skill checks during conversations add tension, especially when failure leads to consequences instead of simple reloads. The demo offers a limited but promising look at character creation. Classes feel distinct, abilities are clearly explained, and progression already hints at meaningful build diversity. If Tactical Adventures continues expanding customization while keeping the rules readable, Solasta 2 could become one of the most approachable hardcore CRPGs on the market. Importantly, the UI has been improved. Tooltips are clearer, menus are more responsive, and information is easier to digest. A major quality of life upgrade. Despite all these improvements, Solasta 2 is not perfect. Animations can still feel stiff, especially during dialogue scenes. Facial expressions remain limited, which hurts emotional impact during story moments. The presentation still lacks the cinematic flair that mainstream audiences expect, and some environments feel sparse. These aren't deal breakers, but they are noticeable. The demo also ends just as things get interesting, which is frustrating, though arguably a sign it did its job. So, does Solasta 2 suck? No, not even close. The demo proves that Tactical Adventures has learned from the first game and is building something smarter, cleaner, and more confident. It won't dethrone Baldur's Gate 3 in terms of spectacle, but for players who love tactical depth, rule-driven combat, and meaningful choices, Solasta 2 is shaping up to be something special. If the full release delivers on what this demo promises, Solasta 2 could easily become one of the best CRPGs of its generation. And that's a role worth taking. That's it for the Fix XX, the pulse of the indie game scene.
Who feels like a little chat with the critters?
Waste of time. Let's smash their skulls up.
We could tell them we're part of their dragon cult.
Even a kobold won't believe you.
We need proof. I could sneak by and take some of those dragon scales. Make it look like we belong?
If you pull that off, your next drink is on me.
Deal.